using your PlayStation 4 controller, that's the DualShock 4 controller on the Switch, and also your PlayStation 3 controller, that's the DualShock 3 controller on the Switch. It has to be done on a wired connection, and again you're going to need a Brook converter. This particular one you need would be a PS3, PS4 to Wii U controller adapter. And as you can see, you can now control the Nintendo Switch with your DualShock 4. So that's that one there. Let me just show you the DualShock 3. You have to be tethered via a USB cable. It won't work wirelessly. And again, the analog sticks are not analog, they're just digital. So it's only going to be relevant for certain games like Street Fighter and the Neo Geo games, games that don't need control of the analog stick. So you can use the D-pad or the analog stick, but the analog stick, like I just mentioned, is working as a digital input. And it will map the buttons from the Pro controller. This is going to be A, this is going to be B, etc. And if you're wondering whether you can use a Brook converter for the PlayStation and also the Xbox, yes you can. So let's plug in the Xbox 360 controller via the green Brook adapter, and I'll just show you Mario Kart working. Right, so at the moment the DualShock 3 controller, the PlayStation 3, is working as player 1 because I've got the 1 player lit up. And on this one, Xbox 360 is working as player 2 because I've got player 2 lit up there. So, player 1 will obviously be on the left-hand side. And also rumble works as well. So if I was to crash, you can see there it vibrating. So obviously this is not the best game to play because of the analog stick only working as a digital stick, so I can't do small adjustments. When I turn around a corner, I'm going to be doing all or nothing, so it doesn't make a difference if I just do that or that, it's going to do the same thing. And then on the right hand side, which is the Xbox 360 controller, the vibration also works on this. Yeah. And the same thing with the analog stick. But it is still very playable. You can now use your Pro controller as a wired controller, which could help with input lag. So if you go onto your Nintendo Switch and go to Settings, and then go to Controllers and Sensors, and go to where it says Pro Controller Wired Communication, and at the moment it will be defaulted to off. If you just press A, you can then turn it on. Right, and now that's on. So what we then have to do is get the charging cable that came with your Pro controller. So that's a USB to a USB-C, and plug it into one of the ports on the side of the dock or on the back of the dock, and then plug the USB-C cable into the top there. Now, right now, that will be working as a wired controller, and if you have a look, you can see it's moving up and down. As soon as I pull out this cable, it's going to then stop working for a few seconds until it goes back onto wireless again. So if you have a look now, when I unplug this, can you see it's not working? So that proves that it was working as a wired controller before that. So now again, it's working on wireless. If I plug that in here, give it a couple of seconds, and it should start working as a wired controller. And now if I unplug it, we'll do the same thing again. So I'm going to unplug it now, and you can see it's not doing anything. Yeah, until it goes back onto wireless again. Right, now you can also do this when it's not in docked mode as well. You can also do this in tabletop mode. This time what we're going to use is just a USB-C to a USB-C cable. So I've got a 2 meter version here, and you just plug it in to the USB-C at the bottom of your Nintendo Switch, and again plug it in to the USB-C on your Pro controller. And if you have a look closely now, you will see that it's working again as a wired controller. As soon as I unplug this one, it's going to stop working as a wired controller. So if I unplug it now, you can see it's not doing anything until it goes back to wireless again. And now when I plug it in, it will start working as a wired controller again. If you're wondering what YouTube is going to look like when it gets released on the Nintendo Switch, then you can see an example here. So at the moment we've got it on 720p, and if I press play, hi there, my name's Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video today we're going to be talking about the USB OTG cables and whether or not they work on a Nintendo Switch.
Right,
now,
so if we
OTG
fast forward it a bit.
Previous videos on this, I get
right, and if I pop it into the dock over here, you will see it come up on the monitor. Now, because it's a monitor, it is going to be a lot slower than a TV, but give it a few seconds and you will see it there. There you go, so that's it, and if you want to take it out again,
yeah, and it's plugged into my wall over there, and if you have a look already now, the lights have come on.